and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on.
I'm awash with the stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavour show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of the UK's second-largest city, Birmingham.
You're listening to Tuesday's episode of The Archers from BBC Radio 4.
Just stop harvesting those lettuces for 1 second and take a look.
All right.
Here you go. The mortgage advisor was ever so helpful, although I was on the phone for nearly an hour.
Hey, just let me read it. What? Seriously?
Didn't I tell you?
They'll lend us that much? What about your credit rating?
Excuse me. It's a lot better these days. I paid off all my cards.
Yeah, I know, but still. And the size of the deposit wasn't a problem either?
Well, maybe to begin with.
I was going to say, it's not even 5%.
No.
So, how did you get them to give you an agreement in principle?
By offering them a bigger deposit.
How much bigger?
50,000.
50,000?
Tom, I know it's a lot.
It's more than a lot. I knew there was no way we could afford it.
But we can.
How?
I've had an idea.
How do you access the audio GuestBook? Plug in the headset card and power card. Power supply AA batteries or USB full power. Place the headset on the phone. Plug the power card into the power adapter. How to record the host greeting. Long press the middle button for 5 seconds. After hearing the sound of D, don't release your finger until you pick up the headset. Start record your greeting. Hum up after recording your greeting. How to record the guest greeting. Pick up the headset. The recorder automatically plays greeting. After hearing the sound of D, start recording the greeting. Hum up after recording the greeting.
For more information, please look at the link in the description.
The look on Clary's face.
Not just Clary's, Brenda. It was Susan's as well. She looked dumbstruck when she saw you.
What a great idea, having a window into the dairy.
And not just for surprising Clary and Susan.
Honestly, though, I can't believe what you've done since I was last here. The farm shop, the cafe.
Oh, tea room.
Oh, sorry, tea room. And Adam's edible forest garden. He's very proud of that. He was telling me all about it when I saw him in the inn last night.
Oh, I know.
Hey, do you remember when you had the shop in Borchester and I was still at Radio Borsetshire?
How could I forget? Whenever you were reporting on a story nearby, you'd come in and use me for vox pops.
Yeah.
You know, that time there was a new one-way system, or like when the sheep escaped from the market when it was still in the middle of town.
You were very good at it.
Well, you certainly made me have an opinion on everything. God, I must have been on the radio every week.
Yeah, that's probably why I only lasted 5 years.
Oh, was it that long?
Oi!
Just kidding. Well, I would say that things have worked out very well for you now.
Well, career-wise anyway. And it's not like it wasn't a very long time coming. All those years working for Amside. If I hadn't met Dimitri when I did, I might still be there.
Have you seen Lillian yet, by the way?
No. Although I hear she's upgraded since Matt ran out on her.
I suppose so. Justin treats her a lot better, that's for sure.
Good. I'm pleased. I mean, I know me and Lillian had our issues, but she deserves someone decent.
Oh, don't we all? Oh, I was sorry to hear about you and Adrian.
Sorry? Who?
Ah, like that, is it?
No, not really. I mean, I'm over it now. And let's face it, if you've been engaged to someone for years and there's still no progress, there's obviously something not working. Hey, maybe I'll be like Tom, get married on the 3rd attempt.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
And now he and his missus want to buy the house you're living in. That must be a bit galling.
Sorry, what?
Tom and Natasha, making Kirsty an offer.
What are you talking about, Brenda? I don't understand.
Don't worry. Longhorns are pretty docile. She's interested in the willow twigs, not you.
Yeah, I know. I weren't worried.
Everything all right, Brad? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure? You haven't been down to the rewilding since you did that filming.
I ain't had much time. So have you decided about introducing beavers?
No, not yet. But that expert we consulted who saw the drone footage you took did think we have the ideal habitat. So that's exciting. Now we've just got to convince everyone else.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm told there have already been a few mutterings. Local farmers worried about the possible impact.
What? Like improving the ecosystem? Bringing back a species what were here long before we were?
I'm not sure they see it quite like that. And beavers would have an impact. Just a good one, I hope. Building dams along the brook would slow the flow of water into the Am, which should help to relieve flooding. And it's not like we haven't had any of that this year.
Tell me about it. At Grange Farm, the fields didn't dry out until well into the spring. Ed couldn't graze his texels.
I remember. Which is why me and Rex need to do loads more research, put an evidence plan together, laying out all the benefits, and just hope the rumour mill hasn't already spun out of control.
Are you kidding? This is Ambridge.
We can but try. In the meantime, I've got dormouse boxes to put up. Don't expect too many people will be up in arms about them.
No, I guess not.
Do you want to give me a hand?
Yes, Tom, I'm sure. It's hardly like I've been paying myself a king's ransom. I've really not taken much out of the business until now.
No, I know.
And things are looking a bit better, especially now some orchard is growing again, since we decided not to offload it. I can afford to use some of my safety net. Better to invest in bricks and mortar than leave it where it is.
That's true, I suppose.
What's the point of working so hard and never rewarding ourselves for it? I bet you £1 million Brenda knows what she's worth.
Let me have a look at that mortgage agreement again.
Tom, where are you? Are you in one of the polytunnels?
Yeah, in here, Helen.
Where?
In here. Oh, you found us.
Why has Brenda just told me that you've made Kirsty an offer on the house? Right, so it's true then. How could you, Tom? It's bad enough that I'm losing my home without being turfed out by my own brother.
Helen, listen.
When were you planning to tell me?
Soon, honestly.
We're not even sure if we're going ahead. It happened so quickly.
Exactly. It's not something we've been plotting for ages. But when you decided not to buy it...
You thought you would just swoop in?
No. We know how disappointed you are. We'd much rather you kept the house.
But since that's not possible, we're bursting at the seams on April Cottage. We just wanted somewhere a bit bigger. And you know how hard it is finding a decent-sized house that's even half affordable around here.
Yes, believe me, Natasha, I know. I just cannot believe you didn't tell me. So how long have I got?
What do you mean?
When do you want me out?
Oh, Helen, come on. Kirsty hasn't even accepted our offer. And even if she does, like I say, we still might not go ahead.
So what's this then?
Huh?
Agreement in principle. Right, well, it seems like you're pretty serious about it to me.
I've only just seen that myself.
Look, I don't know if this helps, but if it's about not having somewhere to move to, then maybe we could do a swap.
I'm sorry.
Kathy's going to need a new tenant. I'm sure she'd love to rent you our place.
Natasha. What? So April Cottage is too small for you, but it's good enough for me and my two growing boys.
No.
This is so typical of you, Tom.
Me?
Always too focused on yourself to consider anyone else.
Hey, that's really not fair.
No? Well, what you've just done to me doesn't seem particularly fair either. I hope you'll be very happy living in my home.
Okay, if you could hold the box against the trunk.
How high?
About chest height. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll tie it on with the wire.
So if the entrance is on the back, how do the dormice know where to get in?
Instinct, I guess. At breeding time, they look for safe places in trees and hedges to build their nest.
And when it's not breeding time?
Like now. Well, they're hibernating in the logs and leaves at the bottom of trees. Oh, sorry, can I just feed the wire around?
Oh, sure.
Thanks. I'm planning on putting up about 30 boxes.
30?
Hence the reason I'm marking them on a map. Oh, don't let go yet.
I'm not.
So, if you finish for Christmas, does that mean Mia's back from uni too?
Yeah. I saw her on Sunday. She was over at Will's.
Oh, right. How is she? Is she well?
Yeah, I guess. It was kind of weird seeing her, to be honest. Like the same, but different.
And you two, you're what now? Just friends?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? Sorry, it's none of my business.
No, it's all right.
I just thought maybe that's why you'd come down here. You and Mia used to volunteer together all the time.
No, it's not that.
Okay, I won't pry. You can let go now, by the way.
It's George. I'm going to see him in prison tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
I ain't sure I really want to, but I'm the only one who'll let visit.
What, really? You won't see anyone else?
Nope.
Not even Emma?
Just me. And they're desperate for me to change his mind.
Right.
I've no idea how I'm going to. George says I'm the only one he trusts. And I don't want to be no go-between. I mean, I know what he did was really bad.
Yeah, it was.
Mum hates that I'm visiting him, but then other people, they're really worried. It's like whatever I do, it's going to be the wrong thing.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
Listen, Brad, I get it must be hard. But at the end of the day, it's not your responsibility. You can try and change George's mind, but ultimately, it's his choice. People deal with this sort of thing in different ways.
Sure. I guess.
Although I do think it's good that you're visiting him.
You do?
Absolutely. If there's one thing I've learnt recently, it's that nobody's beyond redemption. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Thanks, Kirsty.
No problem. Now, come on, the light's already fading. Let's see how many boxes we can put up before we're forced to go home. Oh, Brenda, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, Kirsty. Just seeing if I can fix this wobbly stair rail.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
No, but better safe than sorry. My brother is still your landlord, after all.
Fair enough.
And besides, it doesn't give a very good impression.
Right.
You know, to anyone viewing the house. Look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm only here for a few days. I might as well get the place shipshape, just in case the sale to you falls through.
I told you, Brenda, as soon as I've ironed out a few things with Tom and Natasha, I'll be happy to accept their offer.
Yeah, well, I might put a spanner in the works there.
What do you mean?
I was over at Bridge Farm earlier, catching up with Helen.
Oh, no. You didn't tell her, did you?
I'm really sorry, Kirsty. I didn't realise she didn't know.
How did she react?
Can't say she was very happy.
Why? What did she say? Is she angry?
Yes, but mainly at Tom and Natasha.
Oh, great. Poor Helen. There's no way they're going to buy the house now.
Hadn't you better answer your phone?
All right, Tom, you don't have to go on. I didn't want it to happen like that either.
No, but you can't say I didn't warn you.
Just check on the girls, please.
I said it was bound to upset her.
I need to get the tea on.
And then just to make things worse, you suggest she moves in here.
I was trying to help. She's been saying how hard it is to find anywhere else to rent.
The way it sounded, though. How can we possibly buy the house now?
Look, I agree it was a train wreck. But someone's going to buy it. Helen must understand that.
Of course.
And when are we going to get an opportunity like this again? A lovely house with plenty of room near the farm that we can afford.
I don't know, Natasha. I get what you're saying, but is it really worth the bad blood?
Oh, hang on, I've just got a message from Kirsty. Oh, well, that's just brilliant.
Why? What is it?
She's had a better offer. I bet it's the people who had the second viewing.
What does she say? How much? Can we match it?
Match it? But I just thought you said you didn't...
Let me see.
Oh.
Hi, Natasha. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I've had a better offer on the house. I really appreciate you wanting to buy it, but in light of the situation with Helen, I think it's better for everyone if I accept it. I've already instructed the estate agent, sorry. In light of the situation with Helen, what does she mean?
It means she doesn't want bad blood either. It means we've been gazumped.
So what do you do? I do the spot effects on the arches. I just any
Are you what we call Foley then?
Kind of, yep.
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production?
Yep, that's the bull bar. That's
this one?
Yep, that's...
I mean, Hayley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now.
No.
I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but... Oh, I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline. I mean...
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever